If you wait to be ready, you'll still be waiting till next week. Bro, it's as simple as that. Literally. If you wait to be ready, you'll still be waiting till next week. Motivation is a lie. So I felt compelled to make this video, especially as there's many of us on our journey, becoming more purpose driven. There's many of us on our journey, retaining, being more disciplined, and essentially giving our gifts and talents to the world. Motivation is a lie. Motivation is a lie. And the reason why I'm saying this as well is not only to speak to, myself, but also the younger version of me. Because I remember a time where, and you may be able to relate, where things weren't in a good space. Literally, my head wasn't good. Um, I was second guessing myself a lot. I had so much talent, and typically I was known to be a hard worker, and I knew that I could do anything, but I also knew that I couldn't do everything, and I felt lost. What do I do? How can I best give my gifts to the world? I'm frustrated in terms of my role that I can't really have in my job at the moment. I was frustrated. So why is this happening to me? I felt that at the time, when you have your gifts and talents, I was different. However, I was falling in line with everybody else, and I knew that I was separate. It was very frustrating, and I remember I reached out to a content creator called Sean G, and Sean G is somebody that I had initially been following. One, he's a content creator that speaks around like mental fitness, so he speaks around the Kabbalion. He speaks around self-love, self-understanding, and he teaches that via YouTube videos as well as calisthenics. And I really felt inspired by it. So I reached out to him, explained to him, I'm in a state of confusion. I don't even know if I even love myself, because you have to think about it from this perspective. I was almost blaming myself for being someone talented, someone gifted, and almost wasting it. So I started to actually hate myself, because why am I, not doing what I meant to be doing in the way that I meant to be doing it? So I had the call with him. I explained to him my situation. We had several calls after that, where it was, I think, weekly half an hour calls or weekly an hour calls that I was paying for on a monthly basis. And he would give me the motivation. So he would be speaking about his experience in the feds. So, Sean G is based in America, near New York, I believe in New Jersey. And I felt inspired. Like at that moment in time, it's like, yeah, if he can do it, if he can go to the feds, I haven't even been to the feds. I haven't even been to prison or anything like that. So there's a good opportunity for me to essentially take some of that mindset and then use it for my own life. The challenge of doing that came when I no longer had the sessions with him. At the time I felt a good, and again, this is not saying what Sean G offers is is good. It inspired me. I felt compelled to reach out to him, and he's somebody that I still watch today. His content is very much raw. It's authentic, and I resonate with it still. This was just more about my relationship with myself, and not almost using that as a clutch to say, okay, I'll keep on having these sessions, and I do feel good after the sessions, but what happens next? So the problem with having the sessions and getting the motivation on a constant basis was that I was almost waiting to be fully charged up, almost waiting to get to 100%, and then I'll be ready to really give my gifts to the world. And it doesn't really work like that. It doesn't really work like that. After we had the sessions, for a short period of time, I was in my bag, in my groove. But then over time, I kind of went back to those habits of self-doubt, those habits of, not looking after myself, and transitioning back towards self-hate, you know. And it's powerful because if you look at, on a day-to-day basis, how we behave, that's typically the wrong way to think about it. Because if I look at, for example, iPhones, for example, I'm always on the move. I'm always on go. Typically, I don't get even time to even charge my phone to 100%. So I may wake up in the morning, put my phone on charge briefly and then go to the gym. It may even be on 23%, but it's time to go. Like, we're gone. I'm not going to wait until it gets to 100% for me to make that move. And we see everyday examples of, it's not getting yourself to 100% motivated to do something. It's moving and then recharging, then moving, then recharging, essentially. And it's something that I had to learn. I had to learn that it's really momentum over motivation. It's momentum over motivation. So keep on moving, and then over time, as you keep on moving and you see more results, that's how you end up getting motivated to keep on moving. But you must keep on moving. You can't wait until you're fully charged up 100% to go. Like, you need to go, and then as you go, you'll be able to get used to that feeling of going, and then you'll become more motivated, where it becomes second nature. Because ultimately, we are creatures of habit, and to get that motivation, you have to be a slave to the good habits. You're going to be a slave to any habit, good or bad, but it's wise to be a slave to the good habits. And that's just something that, I kind of live with today. But if I hadn't gone through those experiences where, when I'm down and out, when I need help, then I wouldn't be able to be in this position just to articulate it. Because the way I've learned this is that it's really, we do things because of our emotions. Our emotions really drive things. But if we're just able to go, then our emotions will follow through and enable us to keep on going, as opposed to waiting for the emotions to feel like, yeah, I need to, I'm ready to go now. I need to be 100%. I need to feel confident for me to move. You just move, then the confidence follows after that. It's actually the other way around. So this was just a quick message for the guys that, know that you can give your creative geniuses, know that you can give your creative genius to the world. Know that, sometimes we suffer from self-hate, or, we doubt ourselves, or we just lack just confidence to step into our power, step into our genius. Motivation ain't gonna help you. However, taking your action, getting your momentum first, then the motivation will follow through and you'll be on your way. So that's my message for today. So if you like this message and you want to hear more messages, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And then, man, go from there, man. As always, it's love. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you at work tomorrow. Love.